I'm with DIY Detail. Today I've got a special guest, Bo Million from Mr. Ladd. Bo has actually presented us with a car that's dirty. It has insects, it has bugs, it has dirt, it's driven. It's a daily driver. The customer actually enjoys driving his car.
Yes, exactly.
It's got a manual transmission too. For us old guys, that's a good thing. Today we're going to be decontaminating the vehicle. So we're going to be washing it, we're going to be getting rid of bugs, but also it needs a bit of help with iron remover. So we're going to remove the iron using a clay towel. So
wonderful.
Off we go.
Here we go.
The first step is we want to get rid of these insects. They're not exactly pretty on the front of this car. We're going to be using all clean. When you buy it in this bottle, it's pre-diluted at 15:1. We don't need to put a lot on, we just need to get those bugs a little wet. We can see it already starting to attack the insects. So do the other side and we're good.
Oh man. That's 15:1, that's breaking down.
Yeah.
So if I buy 1 gallon of this, that thing will make me 15, technically 16 gallons.
Exactly. And you don't need a lot of it. Wow. And while we're at it, we'll put some on the wheels. So you can see how it immediately starts breaking down the dirt on the wheels.
Yeah. Man, that's really breaking it down.
That's 15:1.
That's 15. That, ladies and gentlemen, is 15:1.
A few bugs on the mirrors and then.
And so this product works for all types of surfaces pretty much because we have a PPF front bumper here. It's products and chemicals out there that specifically say do not use on such and such surface. And this is completely safe.
Right. Now, wouldn't want to use it at this concentration on the interior. Might cause some damage.
So 15:1 is still too aggressive for interiors?
Yes.
Holy smokes.
30:1 is the better choice. Start at 30:1 and dilute down from there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Good stuff. With water first?
Yeah, fill with water first and then.
So what's your recommended dilution ratio for a foam cannon?
32:1.
32. So 1 ounce for 32.
Yeah.
Okay.
Meaning that something like this will add 1 ounce.
Oh, that's an easy way of saying it.
Yeah, exactly. Does this one have a scale on the side?
So yeah.
And you'll see how thick the product is. So you want to really shake it up.
Okay. And the smell. The smell. That's a grape smell.
Yeah, that's a grape smell.
That's a delicious grape smell. So I am familiar with this product now.
Yeah.
I did get to use this and I loved it. It foamed up tremendously well and the lubricity was phenomenal.
Yes.
And of course, the smell.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so how do you want me to go about this?
Get it wet.
Wet.
So on the wheels, we have a concoction. Basically, we sprayed the all clean on first and then the foam from the foam cannon, but we're gonna add a little iron remover to the mix as well. Because we know there's a lot of brake dust on these wheels. This is gonna help break down that brake dust. When we're cleaning the wheels, it'll be a lot easier to get them clean because they're nice white wheels. And white wheels, we want them to be white when we're done.
Exactly. You know, this might sound superficial, but I think one of the benefits of foaming down the vehicle first and then spraying the iron remover is that smell that's in the iron remover, because that's just inevitable. It's going to have a smell or a scent to it.
Yes.
It's almost diluted down, or you don't just smell the pure of the iron remover. Now you're smelling a few different smells.
Yes.
Thank God.
Right, yeah. So you don't have the lovely fragrance of the iron remover.
The wonderful, lovely, and far desired fragrance.
Right. So for those of you that have never experienced iron remover, it smells exactly like perm solution. Now, Bo and I don't need a perm at the moment.
Nope.
No.
Not today.
No. But in the 70s, I had one. And
My man.
yeah, hey, it was popular in 1978.
Hey, my dad had one too. It's okay.
Yeah. But nonetheless, what it smells like is that because it is the same chemical base.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know what hairdresser got really mad at a client and threw perm solution on their car and then, oh, what's this red stuff? So
That's fun. I didn't realize that's perm solution. Okay.
it's the exact same smell because it's the exact same chemical base.
Oh, that's wonderful. Thank God I never had a perm. Okay. Can make sure that.
While Bo's cleaning the wheels and doing a great job at it, I'm gonna add a bit of incredible suds to our wash bucket here. So a very scientific glug method. We got about 1.5 ounces in there. And let's foam it up. So this is a bug scrubber sponge. A lot of people are afraid to use these because they feel like a brick. But actually, with the lubrication of the incredible suds, they do a great job without damaging the surface. Bug-free front.
My. Yeah, I love using those bug sponges. You mentioned that a lot of people are worried about them because when you feel it when it's dry, it's very coarse and very aggressive.
Yes.
But the moment you stick it in the water or the solution, the soap bucket,
very
softens
soft.
up. It's
Yeah.
extremely soft and pliable.
Yeah, and it doesn't mar the surface.
Yes, biggest thing.
Yeah, so when you're feeling this in the store and you go, it's a brick, I'm not putting that on my car. Don't worry, it's not a brick.
Yeah.
Once you get it wet, it's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Now you notice we just have one bucket out here. And a lot of detailers are really into the 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bucket wash method. I'm not one of those detailers.
Neither am I.
No. What we did is we foamed the car. I'm going to quickly rinse off the car. The foam has done its job. It's lifted, it's emulsified the dirt. We're going to be basically rinsing all the dirt off the surface, and what we're left with is traffic film. The traffic film, we're going to put a quick layer of foam back on and use the foam and the wash mitt to clean the car, and then we're going to clay it. I'll try not to get Bo too wet. Since you like it so much, sir, I'll let you foam it again.
Oh, yeah. A point I do want to mention, and you were speaking about the pH level, is you said 8.5?
Correct, yeah.
Now that's still pH balanced or pH neutral, but that seems to be on the upper end of it. And so what I like about that is it seems that, like you said earlier, it's working for you. The product has a little bit better cleaning ability while still being safe. I think that's a very important factor that not a lot of people realize.
Definitely, it's even safe on a wax. So it's not going to strip a wax, but it is going to take care of dirt. It's going to take care of traffic film.
Yeah.
It's going to make it a lot easier to clean the vehicle.
Yeah.
You're not going to be working as hard with your wash media. And when you're not working as hard with your wash media, it makes your life easier.
And it's safer for the vehicle.
Exactly.
That's wonderful. That's a good. That's a good thing. I like that. That's so fun.
And you still have enough to do another pass on the car if
Oh,
you
yeah.
wanted to.
Yeah. I'm being very, very liberal on this right here.
Yeah, I know it's not the media you're used to washing with,
Definitely not.
so give it a try.
Oh, almost fell right off there. So you just use it like you would use any other wash mitt?
Exactly.
Okay.
Now with the soap, you can use a wash mitt. You can use that old lamb's wool wash mitt if you want.
Oh, God bless.
Anything you want. But judging by Bo's reaction there,
Lamb's wool. Oh, man.
they still exist.
They do exist.
You can buy them at any good discount store. So it was a thing, especially in the 80s, when you went to a hand car wash, they would charge you extra to use a new mitt. And people would pay extra to have them use a brand new mitt on their car.
Same soap and same water from the last car, though?
Oh yeah, exactly.
Oh, of course,
same.
yeah.
Now we're not using the 2-bucket method, and that freaks a lot of people out. What we did is we foam the car, we let the foam dwell, we rinse it off, taking all the heavy dirt off the vehicle. We're just left with traffic film. So that's why Bo is not necessarily dunking his sponge after every panel. There's not really any dirt left on the car. There's traffic film, not a big deal.
Glides very smoothly.
Yes.
It has a very good ease of use application.
Right, and you know, a lot of people will, in the detailing industry, go, never use a sponge on a car. I'd be in agreement with you there. If it's just your regular wash sponge from the dollar store, no, not a good idea to use that on the car.
Yeah.
This is engineered for this purpose. It's designed for this purpose. It's been tested many, many, many times for many years by thousands, actually hundreds of thousands of detailers. And it works. It's safe. So don't worry about using a sponge on your car. And the other thing that freaks people out is using a clay towel on your car. Now, we call them clay towels because in the industry, that's what people know them as. But in reality, they should be called the synthetic decontamination, or actually in our case, a perforated synthetic decontamination towel. And all we're gonna do is put one spray on the towel, one spray on the vehicle. Where we put the spray on the vehicle is where we deposit the towel. We're using the clay lube and the iron remover to decontaminate. So we're getting exceptionally good lubrication. We're getting the action of the synthetic decontamination towel. And unlike a clay bar, because clay bars will mar your paint, there's no question about it. This will not mar your paint. And the simple reason is we have great lubrication, first of all. Secondly, it's not an abrasive. A clay bar is actually an abrasive. There's no abrasives in this towel.
So if it's not an abrasive, how is it picking up the contaminants or removing the contaminants?
If you've ever felt one of these towels, they sort of feel sticky. And it's basically like, the clay works in two ways. So a traditional clay bar uses the abrasive, but it also uses the action of the clay to actually encapsulate and grab that dirt. And that's what this is doing.
Okay.
Then we got a lot of people freaking out as well in the comments, and I'm sure some of you have already written the comment, that we're claying with the iron remover, and the iron remover hasn't had a chance to do its thing. Well, actually, we're giving the iron remover a better chance to do its thing. The way iron particles, if you look at it on a car, we're actually not removing the iron particle with this. We're removing the rust around the iron particle. And we're trying to remove the staining from the paint.
Yeah.
So by using the synthetic clay towel, we're taking that ball of metal away, and we're just leaving the stain that's in the paint.
Okay.
The iron remover, we've applied it to the surface. We're using a lot less of it. We don't even smell it now.
Thankfully.
Yeah. And this is probably one of the most expensive detailing chemicals you'll ever buy, other than a ceramic coating. So therefore you want to use it not liberally, you want to use it sparingly.
Okay.
We're getting it everywhere in the car, it's doing what it needs to do, but at the same time, it doesn't have to attack the iron particle, it just has to attack the iron stain.
Okay.
Or the rust stain.
The rust stain, okay. Yeah, there's a common misconception that you have to douse the vehicle to pre-treat, and I gotta be honest, I have fallen victim to that mindset as well, where
Right.
I will douse the whole vehicle with an iron remover, and now all of a sudden I smell horrible, the client's house smells horrible, the client's car smells horrible,
Yeah.
standing on the driveway, and all those negative side effects that happen from using the product so much.
Right.
And without using common sense or good proper judgment and just going at it, you know, full force.
Well, it's the way you were told to use it,
Yeah.
first of all.
They want to sell more product.
Exactly. You know, yes, I sell products too,
Yeah.
but I want you to use them in a good way.
Yeah.
Not just to put more money in my bank account.
So you said what, 1, 2 sprays on the hood, on this half of the hood?
And then one on the towel.
Oh, you can feel it under the mitt. Oh, it needed
Yeah.
this.
Oh yeah, you can
You
feel
can
it, you can
feel
hear it. So while we're breaking common misconceptions with a synthetic decontamination towel, it's not going to remove wax, it's not going to remove the coating, it's not going to mar the paint. You know, a lot of people think, oh, you remove wax using a clay towel. No, not going to happen.
And that's because it's technically not an abrasive.
It's not an abrasive.
Yeah.
Now use the right chemical and you'll remove wax, but in this case, no. Feeling slippery?
Getting there. Getting there. This vehicle's rough.
Well, looking at all the stickers in the windows from different track events, I'm happy to say that this customer actually drives their car
Yes.
and enjoys it.
Mm-hmm.
Such a refreshing thing.
Yes.
A lot of people have these in their, you know, garage queens, but here we have an owner that actually enjoys this vehicle, that actually uses it,
Mm-hmm.
and has fun.
And doesn't just look at it.
No. Always clay your windows as well. Makes them a lot easier to clean in the future. And if your towels are linting when you're cleaning windows, it's because there's contamination on them.
Okay.
So basically, the little contamination that's on your window
Mhm.
is
It's pulling away.
ripping apart the
Yeah.
fibers.
That makes sense.
We just have this door to do, and we're good.
Looks good.
Now with the clay towel, when you've exhausted one side, you can flip it over and do another side, so you can move around the car a little faster without going back to dunk the
Yeah.
clay media.
Now, how many cars could you, for say, get out of one clay towel?
Maintain it properly, you'll get about 1,000 cars.
1,000 cars. So
Yeah.
how would you maintain it properly?
When you're done, rinse it out,
Mhm.
let it dry.
Okay.
That's
So
it.
just don't leave it
Yeah,
soaking and sitting. And...
exactly. Yeah. The soaking and sitting is what breaks down the clay media.
Ah, okay. And that's what leads to marring.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we can see in the suds, we actually have little red tracers everywhere.
Okay.
So the sud,
Mhm.
the suds actually look a little red.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's because the clay towel and the iron remover have worked together to clean everything up.
Wonderful.
Oh, you didn't do the windshield on this side.
I believe I got this side, but
Okay.
nothing wrong with a second hit. Oh yeah, that water beating.
Yeah.
It's coming back, yeah.
So now that it's rinsed off, before we dry it, we need a drying aid.
Yes.
And there's a fast way of doing a drying aid, and that's quick bead.
Hey.
Now, this guy here actually taught us something. How to use it with the pressure washer.
Yeah.
So you came up with a very innovative way of using it because of your situation here. South Florida gets a little warm sometimes.
Yes.
Sometimes you're working in direct sunlight. Spraying it on the vehicle, letting it sit anywhere from 5 seconds to a minute. Really doesn't matter that much. The instructions say 30 seconds to a minute, but 30 seconds is a good time frame.
Yeah.
But if you're working in direct sunlight, you've got to get it on and off quicker. And the way he came up with is actually spraying into the stream of the pressure washer.
Yeah.
It's a water-activated ceramic, contains graphene, but in this case, this hood has PPF on it.
Yeah.
And it never got ceramic coated. So let's add a bit of ceramic to it.
There you go.
So a little on the surface. We'll let it dwell for a few seconds and then simply rinse it off. And when you rinse it off, it'll be a little difficult to see on this vehicle, but you get sort of a white foaming action.
Okay.
You want to keep rinsing until you get rid of that foaming action.
Yeah.
Of course, we want it on the wheels as well. Off you go, sir.
All right. Look at them beads.
Exactly. And the nice thing about quick beads is you're actually getting protection everywhere the water goes.
Yes.
So you're getting it into door jambs, you're getting it on this cowl, you're getting it on the windshield, you're getting it everywhere the water can go, quick beads is going as well.
Yeah.
And one thing when you're, especially on the side of the vehicle, when you're rinsing, you don't want to rinse down. You want to rinse from the bottom up because you have to think you're activating the product.
Okay.
You're not trying to rinse it off, you're trying to get it on the surface.
Because it's the water that activates it.
Right.
Yeah.
But if you're starting at the top, you're actually going to just rinse it off before it has time to do its thing.
So when I go to rinse,
Yeah.
I'm pushing up now.
Exactly.
Okay, so I can go ahead and go at it?
Yep.
All right. So one of the reasons why I like using a spray and rinse sealant, obviously, is being in South Florida, the sun is a huge factor.
Exactly.
And you know, if you use a standard cream wax, paste wax, or even, you know, a standard spray sealant that you just have to go ahead and apply by applicator, you don't have that working time that you have with the spray and rinse sealant like quick beads.
Exactly. And this is actually giving you better protection than any paste wax could have ever thought of.
Yeah. Is that because of the application method, how the water activates it and spreads it around, or?
That combined with the ceramic,
Okay.
and you know, like I mentioned before, it's getting in absolutely everywhere.
Instead of having to manually apply it everywhere by hand,
Right,
now the water's carrying it and pushing it everywhere.
right. And a paste wax, you're not going to be putting it on the black plastic.
Yeah.
You're not going to be putting it on the rubber seals. Whereas this is getting on all of those.
Okay. Safely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's something that, you know, it will last 6 months, but you can do it every week if you want.
Yeah. It's that easy to use. I've worked on some larger trucks, Escalades and stuff like that, and a lot of times those standard spray, even a spray, which is supposed to be easier, a standard spray sealant just doesn't get to those spots because I am not 6'4". And so the method that I do, spraying it into the stream of the pressure washer, carries it to the whole roof, and it's a much quicker way of working, even just beyond the spray and rinse aspect.
Exactly. In quick beads, it's immediately slick.
Yes. Oh, yes. So it's a ceramic product. Is there anything else inside of it?
It's a graphene at the same time.
Okay, so it's also graphene.
Yeah, ceramic, graphene.
So is there a difference? I mean, obviously there's a difference in the chemical makeup from graphene and ceramic, but is there a difference in the results as far as one will feel like this, one will look like this? What do you notice is the difference?
Graphene typically will feel silkier,
yeah.
if I can put it that way.
Mm-hmm.
The one thing that graphene does better than ceramic is helps in reducing water spots. Doesn't prevent them,
mm-hmm.
doesn't stop them, but it helps in reducing the incidence of water spots. So in Florida, where it rains every day at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, rain does not cause water spots. Despite what people think, it's the dirt on the vehicle that can cause the water spots.
Okay.
If your vehicle is clean, it gets rained on, it evaporates, it's DI water, you've got no problem.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
Well, Bull, what do you think?
Oh, I think it's wonderful. Looks beautiful. That All Clean it's such a tremendous product. Look at, there's no more bugs. You see any bugs?
No, exactly.
They're gone.
Yeah, the wheels are nice and clean.
Yes.
The paint is slick. The quick beads, well, the clay and the iron remover makes it really deep cleaning,
mm-hmm.
but then the quick beads just makes it super slick.
Oh, so easy to use, and it's so fun and user-friendly. I really, truly enjoyed using the products on this vehicle.
Excellent. Thanks a lot, sir.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me.
See you in the next one.
Yes.